Welcome to AI World TV, your go-to destination for everything artificial intelligence. Discover the captivating landscape of AI, where advanced technology finds real-life application. Subscribe to AI World TV for webzine articles, reports, podcasts, videos, live events, and latest trends. Hear from top industry leaders and discover how AI is transforming industries and our daily lives.
Imagine waking up tomorrow. You grab your phone and you realize the web browser is just gone.
Right. Like completely vanished.
Exactly. No search bar, no endless feeds, no doom scrolling.
Which is hard to even picture.
It is. But today, we're exploring the very real possibility that the open internet, as we've known it for decades, is effectively dead.
Yeah, we have a really fascinating stack of headlines and research today.
We do. We pulled these directly from the AI World Journal, dated mid-2026. And our mission for this deep dive is to synthesize this massive paradigm shift for you, the listener.
Because we are moving way beyond the era of those clever little chatbots.
Right. As the AI World podcast, so perfectly titled, its February 2026 broadcast, we are looking at the year intelligence became infrastructure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unpack this, because to really grasp the scale of this, we have to start with the most immediate change hitting your daily routine.
Right, the stuff you actually notice on a mundane Tuesday morning.
Exactly. And Sydney Armani's lead article in the journal lays it out perfectly. The title is The Next Internet Revolution, When AI Replaces Scrolling.
Which is a huge claim.
It is. The core premise here is that the entire open web economy is facing this massive disruption. Because AI is no longer a destination on the internet. It's becoming the gateway to the internet.
What's fascinating here is the underlying mechanism of that disruption. For 30 years, the internet was built on a very specific protocol.
Right, humans sitting at screens.
Exactly. A human sits there, visually parses the information, gets distracted, clicks an ad, and generates a metric. The page view.
The mighty page views.
Right. The entire trillion-dollar digital economy relies on human eyeballs processing HTML.
Oh, wow.
But Armani's piece highlights how the shift to an AI to web interface just completely shatters that model.
Because the AI isn't looking at the screen.
Exactly. When an AI agent browses for you, it doesn't render the visual layout. It doesn't see those banner ads.
Right.
It just communicates directly with the server via APIs, extracts the raw data it needs, and leaves instantly.
Which totally explains this global land grab the sources are calling open claw fever.
Oh, yeah, the race is on.
Every major tech firm is trying to own what they call the AI agent era.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have products like the REX AI agent hitting the market.
Billed as a 247 customer genius.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But let me build on that API concept you mentioned. Because the traditional internet always felt to me like wandering through a massive, chaotic shopping mall.
That's a good way to put it.
Right. Like you go in for a pair of shoes, but you get distracted by window displays, you stop at the food court, you buy 3 things you didn't even plan to.
And that distraction is how the internet makes money.
Exactly.
Huh.
But the agent era feels like hiring a hyper-efficient personal shopper.
Right.
You just tell them, I need black shoes, and they bypass them all entirely, go straight to the warehouse, and bring you the shoes. But my question is, if these agents are doing all the browsing, doesn't that completely implode the click-based advertising model?
Well, yeah.
Like, how does the free internet survive if no one is looking at the ads?
It forces a total economic reset. I mean, your personal shopper analogy is apt, but it's actually, it's much more ruthless than that.
Wait, really? How so?
Because that personal shopper isn't just going to the warehouse. They are simultaneously evaluating 5,000 warehouses in a fraction of a second.
Oh, right.
Negotiating the price and machine code and finalizing the transaction without a single human ad impression ever occurring.
That is wild.
So websites that rely purely on display ads and affiliate links to survive are facing an existential crisis right now.
Because the future web won't be optimized for human attention.
Exactly. The sources indicate it will be optimized for machine readability. The content layer is totally separating from the presentation layer.
Which brings us to a really fascinating paradox, I think.
Yeah.
If AI agents are doing all this grunt work, if they're the ones reading the internet, negotiating the transactions, executing the tasks, what are we doing?
Right. What's left for the humans?
Exactly. And the sources dedicate a lot of ink to a concept called vibe coding.
Ah, yeah, vibe coding.
They argue that in this new agent-driven age, deeply technical syntax is taking a back seat, and human vibes, or creative intuition, matter more than ever.
The shift toward vibe coding represents a massive evolution in how we interact with computation.
How so?
Well, previously, software engineering required you to translate your human intent into the rigid, unforgiving syntax of a specific programming language.
Like typing out endless lines of Python or whatever.
Exactly. But now, because AI can instantaneously generate that underlying syntax, the human role elevates.
You aren't writing the code anymore.
Right. You are orchestrating the architecture. You're defining the constraints, the emotional resonance, the overarching logic, the vibe.
Yeah.
And the AI acts as the compiler, translating your intuitive vision into executable software.
It sounds incredibly liberating, honestly. It's like moving from being the camera operator who has to worry about f-stops and focal lengths to being the director of the film. You just point and say, give me a more melancholic lighting setup here, make the pacing faster, and the crew handles the technical execution.
That's a perfect analogy.
But as liberating as that sounds for human creativity, the very next article in our stack shows how corporations are using this exact same technological leap against us as consumers.
Right, the Consumer Reports piece.
Yeah, there's a Consumer Reports piece diving into how platforms like Uber and Lyft are using AI to implement variable pricing.
Which is highly controversial. We should note we're just reporting what the sources say here, not taking a stance on corporate pricing models.
Right, exactly. We're just looking at the facts presented. And the facts say they're charging entirely different prices to different people for the exact same ride.
This is where we see the dual nature of AI commercialization. The exact same sophisticated pattern recognition that allows an AI to understand your creative vibe allows a corporate algorithm to understand your economic threshold.
So it's not just surge pricing anymore.
No, we are moving way past rudimentary surge pricing, which was just based on localized supply and demand.
Right.
What the sources are detailing is algorithmic first-degree price discrimination.
Okay, what does that actually mean for me standing on the curb in the rain?
It means the AI synthesizes disparate data points. Your battery level, your ride history, the time of day, the specific route.
Wait, it looks at my phone's battery level.
Yes, even your past willingness to pay during rainstorms. It uses all that to calculate the absolute maximum mathematical limit you individually will tolerate before closing the app.
So the technology giving me the power to easily code my own app is the same technology acting as the world's most sophisticated digital pickpocket when I need a ride home.
That's one way to look at it, yes.
And that level of real-time, individualized extraction requires an unbelievable amount of background computation.
Oh, absolutely. Every single time a user opens an app, millions of calculations are firing off.
Which bridges us perfectly to the hardware, the physical infrastructure that makes all of this possible.
Yeah, the physical infrastructure is currently undergoing a massive realignment.
I mean, it has to, right?
To give you a sense of the sheer scale of the compute required to run these real-time agent networks and pricing algorithms, Our World in Data reports that NVIDIA's revenue from data centers and AI has grown an astonishing 1,300-fold over the last 12 years.
1,300-fold.
Yeah.
That is insane.
It's unprecedented.
But here's where it gets really interesting, though. NVIDIA has basically been a monopoly.
Right.
They were the ones selling the pickaxes during the gold rush, and their hardware was viewed as the only viable option. But our sources are showing tectonic plates shifting in the silicon world.
Very much so.
AMD just secured a landmark deal with OpenAI. That is a massive, unprecedented challenge to NVIDIA.
It really is.
It makes me wonder, is this AMD and OpenAI partnership signaling that the brute force approach to computing is over and the market is finally prioritizing specialized efficiency?
That is exactly what the data suggests.
Yeah.
The era of just hoarding the biggest, hottest, most power-hungry GPUs is maturing into an era of operational optimization.
Okay, so it's about being smart with the power.
Look at the new $124 million deal landed by Cumulus AI that's highlighted in the journal.
Right.
The specific takeaway there is that enterprise customers are no longer just buying raw capacity.
You are listening to the AI World Podcast, your trusted source for the latest innovations, insights, and trends in artificial intelligence, blockchain, fintech, and decentralized technologies. Each episode features expert interviews, engaging discussions, and in-depth analysis of how AI transforms industries worldwide. Stay ahead of the curve with the latest articles and exclusive reports from the AI World Journal, covering everything from emerging technologies to industry breakthroughs. For more news, global events, and access to AI World Society circle gatherings, visit us at aiworld.tv. Don't forget to subscribe to stay informed, stay connected, and be part of the AI revolution with AI World Lounge. Thank you for listening.
They are demanding utilization efficiency.
Oh, I see.
They want to know how much actual intelligence they are yielding per watt of power and per dollar spent. The architecture is moving away from generalized monoliths into highly specialized systems.
And we see that specialization playing out with Article 8, too.
Yes, definitely.
There's a brief noting that Article 8 landed a massive industrial AI deal, explicitly beating out the big, famous generative AI rivals.
Which is a huge signal to the market.
And they won because they focused on engineering, simulation, and operational workloads. It proves that calculating fluid dynamics for an aerospace company requires a totally different engine than, generating a polite email for a marketing team.
Exactly. The underlying mechanism for those industrial workloads requires deterministic accuracy.
Right, no guessing allowed.
Exactly. Generalized large language models are probabilistic. They guess the next most likely token. Which is fine for writing emails, but catastrophic for simulating physical stress on a bridge.
Yeah, I definitely don't want a probabilistic bridge.
No one does. Article 8's success shows the market fragmenting into purpose-built, high-efficiency AI infrastructure.
Makes sense.
And you can see this structural integration reflected directly in the corporate valuations listed in the sources.
Oh, right, the stock numbers.
Yeah, you have Apple sitting at 296.42, Microsoft at 393.83, and that specialized AI stock index at 11.03. The market isn't valuing these companies purely on traditional product sales anymore. They are being valued based on their access to and efficiency with AI infrastructure.
But no matter how efficient the chips get, there is a hard, physical ceiling to this boom. And it's not financial.
No, it's not.
It's the power grid. This is the point in our deep dive where the reality of mid-2026 starts sounding like a sci-fi novel.
It really does sound like science fiction.
Because all of these agents, all of these industrial simulators, they are running out of physical space and electricity on Earth.
Literally out of space.
The AI World Journal highlights that the top 10 AI data centers, which they dub the new global powerhouses, are hitting a massive wall. They call it a public legitimacy challenge.
Earning the social license to operate is becoming the primary bottleneck for AI scaling.
What does that mean exactly, social license?
Well, again, just reporting on the dynamics here, the sheer megawatts required to run these specialized chips and the millions of gallons of water required to cool them place an enormous visible strain on local municipalities.
All right, people notice when the local river is getting sucked dry.
Exactly.
Okay.
Securing a permit to build a gigawatt data center next to a residential suburb is no longer just a zoning issue. It is a massive public relations and environmental battle.
Yeah.
Communities are actively resisting becoming the exhaust pipes for the global AI engine.
So because the tech giants can't just pave over neighborhoods for power grids anymore, they're looking for solutions that bypass the Earth entirely.
Yes.
According to our sources, SpaceX is actively exploring orbital data centers.
In space.
They want to put the servers in space.
Mhm.
The articles acknowledge the massive hurdles like cost, technology, latency, scalability, but the goal is to capture limitless, unfiltered solar power up there.
Right.
And on top of that, SpaceX just bought an AI coding startup called Cursor for a staggering $60 billion.
$60 billion.
They are making a massive push into enterprise software. But seriously, shooting servers into the vacuum of space just to run algorithms. It feels like we're building the Death Star just to run spreadsheets.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the physics and the economics actually align.
Okay, walk me through that.
We are bumping up against the absolute thermal and electrical limits of Moore's law within Earth's atmosphere.
Right.
By moving compute to orbit, you bypass the terrestrial energy grid completely. You gain access to 247 solar irradiance without atmospheric interference.
Oh, so the sun is always shining up there.
Exactly. And the $60 billion acquisition of Cursor isn't just a random software play.
No.
SpaceX realizes that managing a constellation of orbital data centers requires autonomous self-healing code.
Ah, because you can't just send a guy up there to unplug it and plug it back in.
Precisely. Human engineers can't manually patch servers floating in low Earth orbit with high latency. They need Cursor's AI agents to write, test, and deploy software updates to the orbital hardware autonomously.
So SpaceX is trying to build a completely vertically integrated off-planet computing ecosystem.
Exactly.
An off-planet computing ecosystem. Just let the reality of that sink in. The infrastructure of the internet is migrating to the stars because the Earth literally cannot contain its energy demands.
It's incredible.
And while the hardware is looking to space, the software is looking to quantum mechanics for the next evolutionary leap.
Yes, the convergence of quantum computing and AI is being described in our sources as the next great investment wave.
Quantum and AI.
At the Discover 2026 event, HPE is heavily promoting their hybrid quantum supercomputing architectures.
Okay.
They are building frameworks that seamlessly connect traditional supercomputers, AI systems, and quantum processors into a single, cohesive environment.
Okay, my brain already struggles with traditional quantum mechanics. But combining quantum with AI,
It's a lot to wrap your head around.
that sounds like taking an already brilliant system and giving it a million parallel brains to process every possible outcome simultaneously. The problem-solving speeds would be completely unfathomable.
Unfathomable is the right word.
And you can see society visibly scrambling, trying to figure out how to handle this. Our sources point out that Virginia Tech is launching a new AI minor this fall,
Right.
explicitly designed to prepare students for campus life and their future careers. But honestly, if humanity is already struggling to regulate basic pricing algorithms on rideshare apps, how does a college minor at Virginia Tech even begin to prepare us for hybrid quantum supercomputing?
This raises an important question, and it is the profound underlying tension that runs through the final pages of our source material.
Yeah.
The Economist has published explicit warnings that humanity is fundamentally unprepared for the coming intelligence explosion.
Which is terrifying.
The infrastructure is scaling faster than our sociological frameworks can adapt, and there is a particularly striking opinion piece from the Washington Post in our journal.
Oh, I remember this one.
Yeah, it pleads with developers to build an angel, not a demigod.
Build an angel, not a demigod. That phrasing is incredible.
It perfectly encapsulates the mission of groups like the AI World Society, or AIWS, which are prominently featured in the text.
Right.
The race is no longer just about achieving technological supremacy. It is about architectural alignment.
Explain that. What's the difference between an angel and a demigod in this context?
Well, a demigod in this context is a system that optimizes ruthlessly for its own metrics, like extracting the maximum fare from a passenger without any grounding in human welfare.
So it wields immense power autonomously, but it doesn't really care about us.
Right. An angel represents a system of immense power that is fundamentally constrained by and devoted to the flourishing of humanity.
Wow.
The central thesis of the AIWS and these thought leaders is that as we build orbital data centers and quantum networks, we must hard-code human alignment into the foundation.
Ensuring the infrastructure serves us, rather than managing us as data points.
Exactly.
So what does this all mean? We started this deep dive looking at a seemingly simple consumer transition. The death of you manually scrolling through a chaotic web, replaced by highly efficient AI agents acting on your behalf.
Right.
But as we followed that thread, we uncovered how that simple convenience demands a total rewiring of human infrastructure.
It touches everything.
It requires agents capable of negotiating in machine code. It fuels algorithms extracting individualized cab fares in real time. It drives the fragmentation of the silicon monopoly towards specialized efficiency.
Yep.
And ultimately, it forces humanity to build solar-powered, self-coding data centers orbiting the Earth, fueled by hybrid quantum supercomputers. It is a total ground-up transformation of what it means to be a connected civilization.
It absolutely is. And as we conclude our synthesis today, I want to leave you, the listener, with one final thought to mull over.
Let's hear it.
If AI agents eventually do replace our daily scrolling, bypassing the human-facing web entirely, and if those agents are soon powered by orbital quantum supercomputers acting autonomously to anticipate our needs, when you log on to the internet 5 or 10 years from now, will you ever actually interact with human-generated content again?
Oh, man.
Or will the internet simply have evolved into a massive, silent conversation between machines operating invisibly above our heads?
A massive, silent conversation between machines. That is a heavy, fascinating thought, and it's going to stick with me all week.
Me too.
Thank you so much for taking this deep dive with us today. It is a wildly complex, rapidly shifting future out there, but we love unpacking the mechanisms behind it with you.
Thanks for listening.
Until next time, stay curious, keep asking the hard questions, and we will catch you on the next deep dive.
The future of artificial intelligence is unfolding, and it's happening at AI World Week, the flagship global event for innovation, collaboration, and transformation. This flagship global AI event is designed to connect visionary leaders, trailblazing entrepreneurs, and influential thinkers to explore the endless possibilities of AI. Experience groundbreaking technology that redefines industries and inspires progress. Join thought-provoking discussions on ethical AI, digital equity, and the transformative role of technology in our world. Build meaningful connections that catalyze innovation and drive impact. AI World Week is powered by AI World Society, a global movement dedicated to advancing AI responsibly and ensuring it serves humanity. Together, we're shaping a smarter, more inclusive, and equitable future. Continue your journey beyond the event with the AI World Journal, offering expert insights, in-depth analysis, and the latest trends shaping the AI landscape. This is your opportunity to lead, to innovate, and to transform the world with AI. AI World Week. We invite you to join us and embrace the AI revolution.